What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge and we are back today with an entertainment milestone orb opening video for you all. In today's video, guys, we're hoping to spice things up here with the orbs that we have amassed over time. As you guys may or may not have seen from the last blog post, really giving us the heads up on the character availability and the characters that are being moved. But in case you guys did not get a chance to see it, I'll just put it on the screen here once again. We are getting a reworked Milestone 3 orb that is actually going to replace the Milestone 2 orb. Now, as a result of that, these Milestone 2 orbs are actually going to get changed, and then as well as Kestrel and Deathpool specifically being located in the premium orbs, they are going to be transitioning to the Milestone 3. In the meanwhile, both Icarus and Cersei will be moving over to the premium orbs. So as a result of that, guys, unfortunately, any Milestone 2 orbs that you may have saved up in that possible instance that they were going to change it up, we do have to open them out now just because they are going to be discontinued. So that said, guys, if you go ahead, head over to the supply store here, and I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about here. You can see I've still been saving up my premium orbs, haven't really opened them because I almost got a 7 yellow on Deathpool, and I do have a 7 yellow on Kestrel, so not a big issue there. But what's going to be exciting is I am going to make a separate video on both Icarus and Cersei once they move over to the premium, just to see what the drop rate is going to look like, right? They're going to be positioned as that premium character unlock here, and it is good for the free-to-play community, but unfortunately, I know the community was definitely not happy with that move, just because, you know, technically they're still not really farmable in the game when you're still leaving it up to the chance to get the shards of them, right? But that said, guys, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video though. If you scroll down here, you can see here it only does show us the Milestone 2 orbs because, again, as I previously noted, Milestone 1 was replaced by Milestone 2, and this has pretty much been long running with Spider-Man, Symbiote here, and Emma Frost for the better half of more than over a year plus. I actually lost count, but it was definitely sometime last year that we got this update, and now we're gonna finally get a refreshed Milestone 3 to reflect that, right? So that said, guys, 600 orbs, we're gonna open all of them just because, again, these are gonna get discontinued. So I'm really curious, kind of, the best upgrades we're going to get as a result of it. You can see with the Elite 4, there's gold in here, fragments, there's G13 materials that can help get the gear to level 13, 14. So that's really nice, definitely, for sure. And as well as the character shards, right? All that's going to be Ultimate's fodder, unfortunately, but we can at least make a quick video here and kind of summarize, what can you expect when you open this many orbs, right? So pardon the clicking here, guys, so let's take our time with this. But you can see what's gonna be really nice is getting those Elite 4s, because that's gonna help out. It's definitely gonna help out in terms of just our progression and saving that up, at least for character progression and so forth. But I think if you are a newer player and you're transitioning to the mid game, this is a great opportunity to do this. But it's unfortunate that when they have these Milestone Orb updates, they don't typically change them in that transition that they have these, right? And yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. G13, 14, and 15 material here. This is nice to kind of get you to that teal gear progression, and that's what's going to be that extra piece. I know there's a crunch right now with the orange gear, and that's definitely notable here when we do get some updates here. But in terms of actual having the Milestone Orbs in the game, I like where they are because they do assist those that are in, even in the early game, actually in my baby account, just getting some of these fragments, and this is a great opportunity to get a lot of different shards. It's really unfortunate that, they didn't update that because, like I said before, Symbiote, Spider-Man, Emma Frost, they did have a time and place where they were very powerful characters in the game. Actually, funny enough, Emma Frost is still used actually to some extent in the game right now in the end game, just due to her ability to be able to manipulate speed and allow us to actually, especially those mixtures with the Eternals, right? There's definitely still value there for sure. But Symbiote Spider-Man's Symbiote team easily got replaced by Web Warriors as part of that raid meta team. So fortunately, that's what I mean. Like, you have a character like him being in these orbs, and it doesn't really help anyone unless you're early in the game and you just need character unlocks, and that's just got the assistance there, right? But I do like this mechanism of the Milestone Orbs as being assisting in part of that catch-up mechanic, whereas you start off in the game now as a new player. This is a way to actually get shards of characters. It is a way to get materials, as you can see here, that can help you kind of build towards that mid-game and late-game progression. but I just wish there was more updates, more refreshes to really reflect the meta and to really make it meaningful and rewarding, right? And mind you, part of the challenge is the fact that, you know, obviously these milestone fragments are pretty easy to obtain. You know, you just play the game, you go through either spending the high, well, now it's called the golden opportunity, but it used to be the high roller milestone, which is spending gold, as well as being able to farm campaign energy. You know, those worked in tandem to get these fragments, right? And just pretty much every aspect of the game. So we're almost halfway there, guys, so bear with me. I'm very, very excited to kind of see how this summary is going to look by the time we're done and we hit that treasure chest. But like I said, you can see just the abundance of characters that are coming, and like I said earlier, if you're newer to the game and you're transitioning to that mid game, all of this is going to add up. Even if it's gear tier materials that you're not using right now, you know, this is just a good way as a catch-up mechanic to kind of get you up to speed as a newer player, expedite the growth and progression. I know as a new account with my baby Rayge account as my alt, and starting off a new account in this game right now, the milestone orbs and the premium orbs actually helped me more than I thought it would. So it definitely wasn't around when I first came into the game with right now my main account, but that's why I do appreciate where it's at, but it still needs to reflect some updates and so forth. So the milestone 3 orbs do make the most sense right now because they're going to be the most accurate. They're actually going to have very powerful characters in Kestrel as well as Deathpool, 2 original characters, right? So I think that's going to absolutely definitely expedite growth and so forth. But you know, the milestone 3 orbs, that's where it's gonna, yeah, that's really where you know, it's gonna be interesting to see if they continually try to update that, or are we gonna wait for like another year plus with these characters where Kestrel and Deathpool become basically irrelevant, kind of like what we've seen with Emma Frost respectfully and Symbiote Spider-Man, right? And then also what I didn't like about Symbiote Spider-Man being in this orb was that, you know, during that time frame of him being included in this orb, I remember everyone was going crazy and trying to get him, and then all of a sudden he was added as well into campaign farming, right? So you can actually get him from 2 spots. You can farm him in campaign, and you can also do the milestone orbs. But at that point, you know, his team really did fall out of the meta already, so like there wasn't really any value unless to get some love in the future and get reworked. But otherwise, I imagine most players that were in the mid game that got these orbs likely all have a 7 yellow on Symbiote Spider-Man, right? And they should have a 7 yellow on Emma Frost as well at this point. But yeah, that's my only feedback. I hope with these new milestone orbs, I hope they refresh it to the point where they are kind of seeing what's happening in the meta, maybe what the player base is getting, and ideally that can be something that can be worked in, right? It would be a stronger catch-up mechanic because it would reflect what's going on in the game, and as well, I think the players would appreciate, you know, having that kind of value reflected in the gameplay. But yeah, you can see here a lot of golds when we're opening them 10 at a time. And from this video, guys, from this hoarding of these orbs, maybe this is a good wake-up call for Scopely and Boundless that you know, this is not the way that they should be encouraging us to play, you know, hoarding all this just to open in anticipation for a change that may or may not come, right? Because you can see here, like I said, I didn't need it, and this probably would have helped me earlier on, but I already had all these guys unlocked. So, you know, let's take a look, guys. Let's see what the damage is. So 600 orbs open. We actually got, you know, 28k of premium orbs, so that pretty much amounts to you know, every 2,000 is actually 1 orb, right? So if you do the math there real quick, you know, 29,000 divided by 2, you know, that's 1450 orbs right there. And then you can say the same about the gold orbs too, right? A little higher, so it's more like that 17 mark, 17 orbs of gold, and then as well as 14 to 15 of the premium. So that's good to know. Beast turned out surprisingly to be the most common shard, so that's funny. Let's keep scrolling down here and see what else is going on here. A lot of fragments, guys. Like I said, if you're able to hoard a lot of this, like you can see, wow. And from the 600 orbs, you can see as a featured character, Emma Frost, we got 140 shards of her. That's unbelievable. This is the other one I was kind of looking out for, the Elite 4 credits. So from this one, unfortunately, we were only able to get enough for 1 orb and a half. So that's a lot lower than what I would have expected, to be honest. I thought for opening that much we would be able to get quite a bit. It's quite a few shards of Carnage here too, which is good. The 60 shards. We got a lot of this T1 ability material here. That's good. And then I'm just seeing what else pops out here. But yeah, like I said, just a really good abundance of materials, and that can assist with growth. I'm surprised that we only, unfortunately got 40 of the catalysts there. I would have thought there would have been more, just based on the number that we opened. But again, they're only so rare when you drop it, right? And as well, Symbiote Spider-Man being the other featured character next to Emma, having 55 shards. And then otherwise, yeah, just a lot of blue and purple gear, again assisting with the mid-game transition, right? You're trying to get towards the end game. It allows you to have some pretty notable characters in there. The mix of Baron Zemo, Hela is really good, especially early on, guys. So you can see there is quite a bit of relevance here. Vision being meta, Squirrel Girl being meta, Mysterio helping getting the unlock of 2 powerful legendaries early in the game. So I'm really kind of assessing it from a mid-game catch-up. How much do these orbs actually help? And honestly, they help quite a bit. You can just see the abundance of materials and characters. Wow, 55 of Icemans. That's really nice too. Part of that astonishing X-Men meta right now in the Doom raids. That may change in the future, but yeah, hopefully this gives you guys at least some input and insight, and what we could have potentially gotten if we actually used these orbs appropriately in that transition. But again, guys, I hope there's going to be a better update in the future. Like, we're getting it reworked, but the key is not just introducing this idea, but as well as upkeeping and making sure that it reflects the meta and what's happening in the game. Otherwise, you're just gonna see another video from me, guys, in a year from now, opening 600 of the Milestone 3 orbs, right? So, there you guys have it. I hope this is insightful and able to give you some input there. But at the end of the day, these orbs are actually discontinuing, so I encourage you guys to open as well. Take advantage. I believe they noted as early November, so you still have a little bit of time. Thank you as always, you guys. Do appreciate you checking my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.